External Affairs Minister of India Dr. S. Jaishankar, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs Shri V. Muralidharan, Excellencies, distinguished members of the overseas Indian community who have joined us from across the world, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of External Affairs, it is my privilege to welcome you to the valedictory session of the 16th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention 2021. We are honored by Honorable Rashtrapati Ji's gracious presence on this very special evening. To begin the program, may I please request Honorable External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to kindly present the welcome remarks.
Thank you. Respected Rashtrapati Ji, participants and distinguished guests, dear friends. It is my privilege to warmly welcome all of you to the valedictory session of the 16th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in the august presence of the Honorable President of India. I am truly grateful to Rashtrapati Ji for gracing the occasion. I also thank all those abroad and in India who have attended the convention and contributed to its success. I also welcome you all to the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award ceremony. Our diaspora is an extended family transplanted from the motherland to distant shores. It has now flourished into an evergreen tree with its lush branches spreading across all the regions and continents. In foreign lands and communities, the Indian diaspora represents the best of our culture, ethos, and values. The hard work, discipline, and peace-loving nature of Indians have made them role models wherever they have settled. As high achievers, they have enhanced the prestige of India, especially as some have risen to occupy the tallest positions in their country. At this 16th convention, we had the privilege of being addressed by such personages. The chief guest, His Excellency President Chandrika Prasad Santokhi of Suriname this morning, and by special guest, Minister Priyanka Radhakrishnan of New Zealand yesterday. The growing interest of the diaspora in participating in various initiatives and activities is a matter of deep satisfaction. Even amidst the COVID challenges, that enthusiasm has remained very strong. In fact, the difficulties of the pandemic has only brought us all even closer. In the run-up to the celebrations, we had organized 5 virtual PBD conferences on themes concerning our diaspora, such as culture, economy, GCC region, media, and the youth. We are pleased that our overseas friends participated actively in these conferences as well as the plenary sessions today. The deliberations at these sessions provide food for thought as we formulate policy on our national advancement. The address by the Prime Minister, of course, was both an inspiration for the entire diaspora and the country, as well as a direction of the path that India will be taking in its post-COVID recovery. The valedictory session today is the culmination of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas celebrations. The Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award is the highest honor conferred on overseas Indians. These awards recognize individuals or organizations for their outstanding achievements in their chosen fields in India or abroad. What they have achieved and how they have contributed, each one of them has enhanced the standing of Indians and India in the world. The award is therefore not just a mark of our appreciation, but of an expression of our gratitude for their endeavors. I once again thank all of you for participating at the convention and welcome all of you to the awards ceremony. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. We have reached the segment for the announcement of the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, since the beginning of the Pravasiya Bharatiya Divas Convention, it has been a tradition to honor eminent Indian diaspora members with the prestigious Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Awards. The award is the highest honor conferred on a non-resident Indian, person of Indian origin, an organization or institution established and run by non-resident Indians or persons of Indian origin who have made significant contribution within India or abroad for reasons such as exceptional social and humanitarian work, for contributions made towards India's development, for building bridges between India and their host country, or for enhancing India's prestige in their home country. It is with great pride that we announce the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Awards for 2020-21, which will be conferred by Honorable Rashtrapati Ji. The award is in the form of a sanad and a gold medal. NGO Cultural Diversity for Peaceful Future from Armenia is being awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of promoting Indian culture. The NGO has a rich history of engaging with Indian community and Armenian communities to bring them together. Dr. Rajni Chandra de Mello from Azerbaijan is being awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of medicine. Dr. de Mello has been actively promoting the Indian system of medicine like Ayurveda and Panchakarma. Mr. Baburajan Baba Kalluparambil Gopalan from Bahrain is being awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of community service. Mr. Gopalan is a prominent civil geotechnical engineer who has made significant contributions towards the welfare of the Indian diaspora in the Gulf countries. Mrs. Jamal Ahmed from Botswana is awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of business. Mrs. Ahmed is a distinguished entrepreneur and currently the only Indian origin woman CEO in Botswana. Mr. Janaki Raman Ravi Kumar from Cameroon is awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of building closer ties with India. Mr. Ravi Kumar was the Honorary Director General and Honorary Consul of India in Cameroon. The government of Cameroon has awarded him with 2 prestigious national awards. His Excellency, Mr. Eugene Rugenath from Curaçao, the Netherlands, is awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of public service. His Excellency is the Prime Minister of Curaçao. His ascent to the position of Prime Minister is a matter of great pride for all the persons of Indian origin in the Dutch Caribbean. He has contributed immensely towards building closer links between India and the overseas Indian community in Curaçao. Mr. Devashish Chaudhary from Czech Republic is being awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of art and culture. Mr. Chaudhary is an outstanding symphonic conductor of Western classical music. He conducts many charity and fundraising concerts. Mr. Muhammad Hussein Hassanali Sardarwala from Ethiopia is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of business. Mr. Sardarwala is the only foreigner to be elected to the public office in Ethiopia. Sai Prema Foundation, based in Fiji, is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of community service. The Sai Prema Foundation has been working closely with the government of Fiji on various projects and initiatives to fulfill the needs of the society. Dr. Balasubramanian Ramani from Germany is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of education. Dr. Ramani is a distinguished higher education administrator who has played a significant role in strengthening the ties between India and Germany in the field of science and technology and vocational studies. Mr. Lam Lokumal Chelaram from Hong Kong is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of community service. Mr. Chelaram is a respected entrepreneur and founder of Chelaram Diabetes Institute, Pune, whose exemplary diabetes care has reached 125,000 villagers in rural Pune through mobile clinics. Dr. Muralidhar Meryala from Japan is being awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of science and technology. Dr. Meryala is a well-known scientist promoting India-Japan bilateral relations with focus on integrating scientific collaboration in our cooperation mechanisms. Mr. Rajiv Shaw from Japan is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of education. Mr. Shaw has been instrumental in developing the Hayugo Gujarat Friendship Fund, which is aimed at building schools in Gujarat. Mr. Salil Panigrahi from Maldives is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of tourism. Mr. Panigrahi is a pioneer in the tourism industry. He has been actively involved in the development of over a dozen internationally acclaimed resorts in the Maldives. Dr. Ravi Prakash Singh from Mexico is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of science and technology. An eminent agricultural scientist, Dr. Singh has contributed towards development, release, and cultivation of over 550 wheat varieties in the past 3 decades. Honorable Ms. Priyanka Radhakrishnan from New Zealand is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of public service. Ms. Radhakrishnan is the first Indian origin woman to be inducted in the cabinet of New Zealand government. She is the Minister for the Community and Voluntary Sector, Diversity, Inclusion and Ethnic Communities and Youth. She has made immense contributions for the social welfare of the Indian community in Auckland. Indian Cultural Association Nigeria is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of community service. The Indian Cultural Association, established over 50 years ago, strives to build closer ties between India and Nigeria through promotion of Indian arts and culture. Dr. Mohan Thomas Lazarus Pakalomattan from Qatar is being conferred the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of medicine. Dr. Mohan is a distinguished ENT surgeon, entrepreneur, and an educationalist. He is also engaged in several charitable and business organizations in Qatar and in India. Mr. Jean-Régis Ramsamy from Réunion, France, is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of media and community service. Mr. Ramsamy is a well-known face in TV, radio, and print journalism in Réunion Island, France. He has worked tirelessly to connect people of the island to India through its culture, religion, and languages. Mr. Siddiq Ahmed from Saudi Arabia is being awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of business. Mr. Ahmed is a business visionary and an entrepreneur. He has worked on innovative technology in the sanitation sector and delivered e-toilet in line with Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Dr. Anil Kumar Chotalal Mithani from Sudan is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of medicine. Dr. Mithani is a reputed urologist. He teaches at the University of Bahri at Omdurman Teaching Hospitals in Sudan. His Excellency Mr. Chandrika Prasad Santokhi is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of public service. His Excellency is the 9th and current President of Suriname and the Chief Guest at the 16th Pravasi Bharati Divas Convention. His Excellency is also the former Minister of Justice and Police as well as the former Chief of Police of Suriname. Dr. Sachi Gurumayun from Switzerland is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of biotech agronomy. Dr. Sachi is a manager and a sustainability leader with expertise in developing agribusiness strategies and has strong roots in emerging markets. Mr. Vasudev Tikam Das Purswani from Thailand is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of business. Mr. Vasudev established the Indo-Thai Synthetic Limited, the first ever Indo-Thai joint venture project. Mr. Resham Singh Sandhu from UK is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of public service. Mr. Sandhu is a fearless Indian origin community leader in UK. He has been an inspiration to the community through his work. Mr. Arvind Phukan from the USA is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of environment technology. Mr. Phukan is a technocrat and designer of pipelines. He has been engaged in a major environment and water project on Majuli Islands on the Brahmaputra. Ms. Neelu Gupta from the USA is awarded the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of promoting Indian culture. Ms. Gupta is the founder and chairperson of the Uttar Pradesh Mandal of America, a leading not-for-profit organization dedicated to promoting Indian culture. Federation of Indian Association, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut is awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of community service. The Federation is one of the oldest and largest not-profit grassroots umbrella organization serving in the largest concentration of Indian community in the USA. Dr. Sudhakar Jonalagadda from the USA is awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of medicine. Dr. Sudhakar is a gastroenterologist specialist, and currently he is the president of American Association Physicians of Indian Heritage. Dr. Mukesh Aghi from the USA and Singapore is awarded the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Award in the field of business. Dr. Aghi is the president and CEO of US-India Strategic Partnership Forum. He has worked with business and government leaders to promote trade and strengthen ties between the two countries. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May I now invite Dr. Mukesh Aghi, one of the recipients of the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman Awards 2020-21, to kindly present the acceptance speech.
Honorable President of India, Honorable Minister of External Affairs, ladies and gentlemen. On the occasion of the 16th Pravasiya Bharatiya Divas Convention, it is an honor to receive this award. On behalf of the Pravasiya Bharatiya Samman awardees for 2021, I would like to extend my deep appreciation and gratitude and thank you to the Government of India. Today marks the day when Mahatma Gandhi returned from South Africa to his Janam Bhoomi, a significant day for India and Indians fighting for equality and freedom. This award therefore represents the very best of India from all over the world, linking our Janam Bhoomi with our Karam Bhoomi. In a profound statement, Mahatma Gandhi said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. The Indian diaspora is changing the world in a gentle way. From the sciences to academia, arts, politics, philanthropy, and even Hollywood, the range of contribution the diaspora community has been immense. More than 31 million Indians live abroad today. This community is crucial to building people-to-people ties across the world. They are the glue that binds India with the rest of the world. They promote a better understanding of India's rich cultural diversity and heritage. They are the brand ambassador of India in the homes of the global community. I would like to commend the Prime Minister of India for recognizing the enormous positive impact that the Indian diaspora can have for a rising India, growing the Indian economy, and bettering the lives of Indians at home and abroad. Engaging with the Indian diaspora community has been an integral part of foreign diplomacy efforts and positioning India on the world stage. When I view the US-India relationship in this entirety, I believe that the Indian-American community plays an influential role in securing the economic and strategic interests of two countries. Their increased presence across American society, from the arts, education, US industry, and politics will result in a stronger and more durable partnership for decades to come. This year's theme that recognizes the contribution of Indians in building an Atmanirbhar Bharat signals that the overlap and interdependence between countries and people. I believe that Atmanirbhar Bharat doesn't simply imply inward looking. It means an economic agenda that showcases a resilient India ready to take on new challenges and collaborate on a world stage. American philosopher Will Durant remarkably said that India was the motherland of all races, and Sanskrit the mother of Europe's languages. India was the mother of our philosophy, of much of our mathematics, and of the ideas embodied in Christianity, of self-government and democracy. In many ways, Mother India is the mother of us all. On behalf of the diaspora community, I want to end by saying that we remain committed to building a resilient India that stands proud on the world stage. Thank you and Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Dr. Mukesh Aghi. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to request Honorable Rashtrapati Ji to kindly present the valedictory address.
Internal Affairs, Sri Sanjay Bhattacharya, Secretary Overseas Indian Affairs, distinguished members of the Indian diaspora, Pravasi Bharatiya Samman awardees, heads of missions, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It gives me immense pleasure to connect with you all today at the valedictory session of the 16th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention. I also take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy New Year. It would have been a delight to address you in person, but for the extraordinary situation forced upon us by the COVID-19 pandemic. I convey my heartiest congratulations to all the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman awardees. I appreciate their efforts to promote better understanding of India abroad, contribute to social and humanitarian causes, and build closer links between India and their adopted countries. Their contribution in enhancing India's prestige deserves high praise. I appreciate the efforts of the Ministry of External Affairs, led by Dr. Jaishankar, in organizing this convention despite constraints caused by the pandemic. I am glad to note that in the run-up to today's convention, the Ministry has held 5 online conferences over the last 1 month, including those related to the role of diaspora in promotion of Indian culture and bringing together India's young achievers and diaspora young achievers. Earlier today, the 2 plenary sessions were devoted to role of diaspora in Atmanirbhar Bharat and facing post-COVID challenges. Each one of the themes relates to the high impact areas in the context of India's growing stature in the eyes of the world. I am confident that the ideas that have emerged in the deliberations during these conferences and today's convention will guide us in engaging the diaspora in new and constructive ways. Ladies and gentlemen, on this very day in the year 1915, Mahatma Gandhi, the greatest Pravasi Bharatiya, returned to India. He gave a much wider base to our social reforms and freedom movement, and during the next 3 decades, he changed India in many fundamental ways. Before that, during his 2 decades of stay abroad, Bapu had identified the basic principles underlying the approach India should adopt for its growth and development. The Pravasi Bharatiya Divas is also an occasion to recall Gandhiji's ideals for individual and collective life. Gandhiji's emphasis on Indianness, non-violence, ethics, simplicity, and sustainable development remain our guiding principles. We are indebted to Bharat Ratna Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee Ji, whose vision re-energized the links with our diaspora. The Pravasi Bharatiya Divas celebrations started in 2003 when he was the Prime Minister of India. Atalji's initiatives have proved immensely helpful in strengthening the engagement of diaspora with the motherland. He also took the decision to set up a Pravasi Bharatiya Kendra, which would become the focal point for linking the overseas Indian community with their country of origin. It is appropriate that the Pravasi Bharatiya Kendra has been renamed as Sushma Swaraj Bhavan as a mark of tribute to Sushma ji's invaluable contribution to the cause of Indian diaspora. Her compassion and affection touched a large number of Indians abroad. Dear overseas Indians, India has one of the largest diaspora populations of nearly 30 million, residing in every corner of the world today. It has been aptly put that the sun never sets on the Indian diaspora. Known as the model minority, diaspora Indians have an impressive presence in the fields of science and technology, especially ICT and medicine, entrepreneurship, trade and commerce, academics, art, literature and sports. Some of you have reached leadership positions in administration and politics. You have spread the soft power of India and made your mark on the global stage. Your continued emotional attachment to India, its culture and traditions makes all of us very proud of you. You have been contributing to the growth and development of the countries of your residence, and at the same time you have been carrying your Indianness in your hearts. This emotional bonding has also translated into tangible gains for India. You have expanded India's global embrace. I have myself shared the sense of pride you feel whenever I interacted with you during my visits abroad. I have been told that the Ministry of External Affairs has recently launched the Global Pravasi Rishta portal and a mobile app to connect with the Indian diaspora across the world. This is a welcome initiative. I am glad that His Excellency Sri Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, the President of the Republic of Suriname, was the chief guest in this convention. His ancestral and cultural roots are in India. Sri Santokhi is such a great votary of Indian culture and traditions that he invoked Vedic mantras in Sanskrit when he took his oath of office as the President in the month of July last year. Ladies and gentlemen, year 2020 has been the year of a global crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. India has been at the forefront in forging a global response to combat the enormous challenges posed by the pandemic. We supplied medicines to nearly 150 countries, making the world look at India as the pharmacy of the world. The recent success of our scientists and technicians in developing 2 COVID vaccines is a matter of achievement for the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which is driven by the spirit of global well-being. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to severe travel disruptions. I appreciate the role played by the Ministry of External Affairs and our missions abroad for reaching out to the diaspora by facilitating their travel in these difficult times. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, members of Indian diaspora in several countries came together in ensuring critical medical supplies, helping stranded students, caring for the elderly, raising funds and providing meals to the vulnerable. By their service, they demonstrated the finest aspects of the Indian ethos, Ladies and gentlemen, the seeds of an Atmanirbhar Bharat were shown by years ago by Mahatma Gandhi's call for Swadeshi and self-reliance. Our vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat has 5 key pillars of economy: infrastructure, demography, democracy, and supply chains. Successful integration of all these factors will help achieve rapid growth and development. The idea of self-reliant India or Atmanirbhar Bharat does not mean seeking self-centered arrangements or turning the country inwards. It is about self-belief leading to self-sufficiency. We intend to contribute towards mitigating disruptions in global supply chains by enhancing availability of goods and services. The Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan of India will make the world order more just and fair, promoting greater cooperation and peace. Our diaspora has an important role in the realization of India's global aspirations. Our diaspora is our face to the world and champions India's cause on the global stage. It has always come to India's aid, whether it is for advocacy regarding international issues of concern to India or contributing to the Indian economy by way of investments and remittances. Today's India offers unprecedented opportunities in many sectors. We have set a target of becoming a $5 trillion economy by 2024. The mission of self-reliant India will also push the economy towards this target. Our investment promoting initiatives are being appreciated globally, and India is among the preferred investment destinations. I am glad to share with you that recent reforms have steadily improved India's position in World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking from 142 in 2014 to 63 in 2019. Several steps have been taken in order to make Indian manufacturers globally competitive. Ladies and gentlemen, India believes in the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. We have ensured that our development is shared with other countries. To this end, we look forward to engaging more meaningfully with you and seek your recommendations for providing further boost to our initiatives. We want you to actively participate in the making of New India. I invite each one of you to be a part of India's transformation story and contribute to it with your ideas, business models, investments, technical expertise, and knowledge sharing. On this occasion, I recall the rich welcome extended by the late Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji to the Indian diaspora in the first Pravasi Bharatiya Divas convention. He had said that the children of Mother India get respectful hospitality in the motherland. Our doors are forever open to welcome you. Please visit us at your pleasure. I also invite you to the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Whenever you come to India, I rely on Atalji's poetry to reiterate India's standing invitation to you all. जब जी चाहे तब आ जाना, सदा खुले हैं द्वार. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Rashtrapati Ji. We are grateful to you for your kind words of appreciation and encouragement to the overseas Indian community members. May I now request Shri Sanjay Bhattacharya, Secretary CPB and OIA, Ministry of External Affairs, to kindly present the vote of thanks. Sir.
Thank you. Respected Rashtrapati Ji, Honorable Minister for External Affairs, Pravasi Bharatiya Samman awardees, Bharat Ko Janiye winners, Pravasis across the globe, and friends. It is my privilege today to propose the vote of thanks at the conclusion of the 16th edition of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention. This Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention has been unique and distinct compared to all other Pravasi Bharatiya Divas held before, as for the first time it has been held virtually. The discussions today and during the earlier PBD conferences in December established that the diaspora roots are deeply embedded in the motherland, and the overseas Indians are supporters of Atmanirbhar Bharat and are India's development partners in the true sense. Although we could not meet in person, we reaffirmed our bonds as a family does and did not let the COVID pandemic come in the way. On behalf of the Ministry of External Affairs, I express sincere gratitude to Honorable Rashtrapati Ji for joining us at this valedictory session and for delivering a truly inspiring valedictory address, highlighting how India envisages a deeper, wider, and more multifaceted relationship with her diaspora. Rashtrapati Ji, we are honored by your presence and enlightened by your visionary approach. I express our deep appreciation to His Excellency Mr. Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, President of the Republic of Suriname, for his keynote address this morning as the chief guest of Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Your words have been an inspiration to all members of the diaspora and pave a path for deeper and stronger links between India and Suriname. We appreciate the participation of Honorable Priyanka Radhakrishnan, Minister from New Zealand, who addressed the Youth PBD as the special guest of the PBD convention this year. On behalf of my ministry, I express deep gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister of India for inaugurating the 16th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention and sharing with us his vision and expectations for a self-reliant Atmanirbhar Bharat in a post-COVID world, and for the role of the diaspora. I am grateful to the Minister for External Affairs for being the pivotal force of this ministry and providing guidance and encouragement at every step in the lead up to this convention. I also express my gratitude to the Minister of Commerce and Industry and the Minister of Health and Family Welfare for sharing their valuable insights during the plenary sessions on Atmanirbhar Bharat and facing post-COVID challenges this morning. I wish to appreciate the contribution of the Minister of State for Youth Affairs and Sports and the Minister of State for External Affairs for their remarks during the PBD conferences held earlier and providing guidance to the members of the youth. I extend warm congratulations to the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman awardees for this year for their achievements and excellence, for their contribution towards welfare of the Indian community, and for bringing laurels to India. We are deeply grateful to the Honorable Vice President for his leadership of the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award Jury cum Awards Committee. We also thank all jury members for their contributions. I congratulate the 15 young winners of the Bharat Ko Janiye quiz who participated in the third edition of this quiz, which was held online this year. We look forward to hosting them on a Bharat Darshan after the COVID pandemic eases. I wish to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of Team MEA to make this event a success. This was a first-time initiative in the virtual world, and everyone put the best foot forward. I also wish to acknowledge the efforts of our missions and posts and various other bodies, including the ICCR, without whom this convention would not have been possible, and also to those who reached out to the Pravasi communities across the world. Finally, I take this opportunity to welcome and thank all the diaspora members who joined the convention online from different parts of the world, and those who participated in the plenary sessions to generate fresh ideas, promote understanding, and seek solutions to the challenges facing India and the world at large. Your enthusiastic participation has demonstrated that our diaspora policy of 4 C's, care, connect, celebrate, and contribute, is on the right track and will further strengthen our engagement. With this hope and expectation that the 16th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention would contribute to further deepening of bonds between India and her diaspora, I conclude my vote of thanks and wish you all a very happy new year. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Rashtrapati Ji, with your permission, may we please conclude the valedictory session of the 16th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention 2021.